Hi guys, Andy here. You may or may not have seen Google's announcement this evening in the UK, in the morning over in San Fran. I'm going to give you sort of a brief rundown of what went on really, and a few thoughts on it. So the first 15 minutes or so was all about software, machine learning, AI. It's very big. It's the future. Google have been chasing it for years and years and years. We're just getting there now. Wasn't really the interesting stuff. Then they moved on to the Pixel phones. So I noticed at some point they mentioned a subtle wedge top to bottom. Didn't really expand on what that meant. I mean, I guess that means it's thicker at the top and thinner down the bottom, but they didn't really explain. Google Assistant built in software. Never run out of space. They give you unlimited backup on all high definition, 4K everything on Google Photos. But again, software. You can ask for assistance, the Google Assistant, from any screen or app. Again, software. It does a better job of recognizing the context of what is on the screen when you ask for directions. So I think he was looking at a restaurant and he held down the thing and said, how would I get there from so and so? And it knew that he was talking about the restaurant that had been on the screen. Very good. But again, software. They did then talk about the camera, that it was the highest scoring camera on a mobile phone ever on DxO Mark. I don't actually look at them, but apparently they're pretty strenuous when it comes to, and thorough when it comes to grading cameras, and they graded an 89, higher than any other mobile before. And it did look good. They said it always uses HDR plus because it has zero shutter lag on it, and it looked quite impressive. The pictures look good. The video stabilization they made quite a big deal of, and it did look very good. Then that's what I really got from the phones at that point. They said it would be pre-ordering from today, which you can. I think is available in 2 or 3 weeks. They moved on to VR, but actually before we do that, so I will mention the pricings. It looked very expensive. So it started, and I'm just going to really quickly, excuse me, find the screenshot I took. So I think it started at £599. Okay, I mean that's still quite punchy, but that's for the 5-inch 32 gig. You go up to the 5.5 inch, you put £120 on that. You go up to the 128 gig, and you're looking at £819 for the larger version, with the second step up of maybe the biggest it can be, but there's only two options, 32 and 128. £819. Are they crazy? I don't know. I mean, for any phone, and I was looking at a Note 7 and was kind of 700. That's a lot. 819. And the thing is, you drop it down to the 32 gig, and you're still paying 719 for a 32 gig phone. Now I know they've said, unlimited backup of photos and this, that, and the other, but still, you kind of think, 32 gig, is that going to be enough? Oh, that's some punchy pricing. It really is. It looks a very nice device, and I would have, if it had been if I could have got a 64 gig for 5.5 inch screen for $550, I'd probably have pulled the trigger on it. But 819. Whew. Anyway, so then they moved on to VR. I've got to be honest, I didn't pay a massive amount of attention. It looked quite a nice headset that they were introducing. At the end they said it was only $79, pretty good price. I can't think that VR already is almost last year's tech. I've had the VR headset for a year, so I guess that's maybe why I'm going, okay. But it did look very well designed. There's some nice features of the remote that you got with it. Oh, that's with the remote as well. The remote you got with it would fit into a little flappy bit with a... Look, it did look nicely designed. They talked about Wi-Fi, Google Wi-Fi. It looked pretty good. Again, it was quite pricey. It was like a modular thing, so you can get a 3-pack for $299. And if you had a big house, you would put the 3 kind of in different places, and it would form like a mesh network that would always make sure you had good Wi-Fi. So it looked quite good, but fairly pricey. They talked about the Chromecast Ultra, the latest version. It's got 4K, it's got the HDR, it's got this kind of thing. I think they said it was either 1.6 or 1.8 times faster. And I think they said it was $69. It might have been 79. I think it was 69. Sorry, I kind of was losing interest a little bit at that point because new Chromecast, all right, very nice, but that's twice as expensive as any other Chromecast they've done. And then finally they got onto the Google Home, which I was quite interested in. I just bought an Amazon Echo. Alexa, say hello.
Hello.
There you go. Which I'm quite liking. I'm ordering the light bulb so I can turn the lights on and off with it. But I know Google Home is going to be a better product. But I don't think I saw anything in today's announcement that we didn't see at Google I/O 3-4 months back. What we did get was a release date for the US and a price for the US. So it was $129. And in that case, no mention of the UK or anywhere else, because I think it's a bit harder with these sort of devices. You've got to build up the network in which they're going to use. When you ask for a certain product to do whatever, they need to have those links to be able to do it. It's not as simple as just sending it to a different country and letting it crack on. So who knows how long we'll be waiting for that, and who knows what price. I mean, it might be like £99 in the UK, 110, 120, somewhere around there, which isn't a bad price. And when it does come out, almost certainly I think I'll get one, because I think it's more rounded assistant than Alexa is. So there you go. That generally, I think I covered most of it. It wasn't as exciting as I'd hoped it would be, perhaps. The phone does look nice. It's just, to me, it's too expensive. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If anyone's thinking, that's Samsung, Apple, price their devices up around that marker. Can Google jump in at this point at that price point? No. I was surprised. I really was surprised. Anyway, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the video. I don't do many of these, but every now and then I think it's worth maybe give you a quick summary. Hopefully I've covered... actually, there's probably loads of stuff I missed. And they did get very technical about other SDKs for Google Assistant, all this kind of thing. I did tune out at that point. But hopefully I've given you kind of the headlines and a few thoughts on what went on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But for now, my name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon.